Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am really pumped for today's video. We are going to be working with Devinah Cosmetics. Yes, yes, and yes. I cannot wait to try out these shadows. I'm so excited. Honestly, when all of my pigments came in these little doohickeys, these little folders, I don't know, there's probably a name for this that I don't know, but when I saw them just even inside, I was like, like I am incredibly excited. These are all such unique, beautiful shades. You can tell, I mean, I have had quite a bit of coffee today, but you can tell that I am so excited. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I am a professional hair and makeup artist, and here on YouTube, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the future videos, and let's get into this order that I placed. So I'm gonna show you guys right here, dun, da, da, da. So all of these, well, not these two right here, but all of these are from Devinah. Dun, dun, dun. Can you see that beautiful shift? If you can't, don't worry, because we're going to be swatching all of these and playing with all of them, and I cannot wait. So we have one highlighter and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 shades to go through. All right, so I'm not sure which order to do this in. So basically, Black Friday weekend, I sort of went into a fugue state. Like, I just did all the ordering. Most of it was indie brands like this one. The shades look so amazing. I'm so excited here. I cannot wait to get into it. So I thought what we would do is do a good old-fashioned swatch party. We'll do a couple eye looks. I'm gonna do some of the things that Devinah recommends so we can see how these shadows work best. How does that sound? So I thought what I would do first is swatch the Star Chasers collection, because that is the newest collection that this company has launched. There are 6 beautiful shades. I bought the whole bundle because over Black Friday weekend, they were $24. $24 for all 6 shades, not $24 a piece, you guys. Like right now, the collection is sold out online. You can pre-order, then they will be shipping out in January. Now, I did also get a couple of the Aurorae Flare collection. I did just get 2 shades. They're all very, very beautiful, but I'm trying to curate my collection, and there were some other shades that I wanted to get into, so we will go down that path. But like I said, 15 things to swatch. I do have the highlighter. I thought while I do have some highlighter on my face, I thought maybe we could at least use this one to like do some business somewhere on the face so we can see that one. I'm so excited. I probably either should have had more coffee or less coffee. I can't decide which, but I'm at this weird like in between. So what I saw is that on the website, Devinah recommends that with this Star Chasers collection, they recommend that you treat this as you would like a glittery eyeshadow. So there are like micro sparks in these that they say, so it's like very super fine sparkle. So they recommend using a glitter glue for these. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it. For the sake of swatch festing, I'm going to take a black liner so that we can use this as a base to put some of the glitters over. Okay, boom, there we go. So we will swatch over this line to see how we feel about that. Now, I'm also going to use a glitter glue. Devinah recommends the NYX glitter glue. I don't have that one. I have the Too Faced one, so that's the one that I'm gonna use. I am just going to pat this onto my skin, and that is how this is going to go. So we've got the glitter glue here. I've got the dark liner here, and then we'll have Naked right next to it. So we're gonna go through with the first one is, the first one is now under my nail because I just dug into it. Dang it. So the first one is Vela. Now, if I pronounce any of these names wrong, I am sorry. Like, I don't know what to say. So I'm just gonna do a pat, you guys, and then a gentle swipe. Yeah, 100%. The glitter glue intensifies that shade. All right, so I can't really see what's going on here, but I want you guys to be able to see. This is with the glitter glue. And then we have the black liner, and then you can't even see it. I don't think it's picking up on camera, but you have some micro flecks of that sparkle. So this is like yellow base with really pretty like green and pink micro flecks. So unique. That is one thing I can say is I know that I don't have anything like any of these shades in my collection. I'm 100% sure of that. So we're gonna move on to Aquila. So I think actually what I'm gonna do, just for time's sake, is I'm gonna go ahead and swipe these all on, and then we'll show you guys all of them up close, just so I'm not like fighting with my camera. Okay, so I've zoomed you guys in so that we can play with this little swatch fest a little bit. So we have, for our first shade that I showed you guys, that was Vela. That's this one that has this nice yellow base. Then next to it, we have Aquila. And this to me has that beautiful, like, it's like everything that I could ever want in a beautiful sparkly shadow. You've got like a tealy purple shift with these lovely reflex. So, so pretty. I actually think that the next one is going to be one that I use a lot, and that is Lynx. This is that beautiful, like almost like orange coppery color with like a greeny gold shift to it. But it's like, it's kind of pinky copper and then shifts into greeny gold. Now, obviously, you're going to get a different look over a black base than you would if you're just using a glitter glue. But this will show you what the color will look like if you decide to do it over a dark base. It gives you a completely different look. Like, for instance, Lynx. This one on its own has that almost like coppery rose gold with, you see more of like on one shift, you see almost like a pinky purple, and then it shifts into a gold. But on the black, you see it has almost more of like a yellowy green shift to it. So depending on the base, you're going to see a totally different outcome. Now then, next we have Altair, and this one is more of a definite blue base, whereas this one is more of that teal. This really has that, I guess I would say, like sky blue base with these beautiful lavender and pink reflex. You definitely get a little bit more of the pink over the black. So, so beautiful. Then we have what is going to be another one of my favorites, and that's Orion, because it's this hot frickin' lime green with, so I'm seeing a definite like green blue, just that really like iridescent sparkle, but it is very much lime green. Then next to it, we have Draco. So this one is, it's a lighter teal base than Aquila, and it's a little bit more electric. Like, if you guys can see that, like this one has, because Aquila has that purple shift to it, it has more depth, whereas this one is a little bit more electric. I will say, I wish that Draco and Aquila were just a little bit more different. Now, of course, they are 100% totally different, but I feel like in a bundle of 6, I would like to see a little bit more spread. Like, I could have seen one shade that's even a little bit lighter than these, or something in a completely different like color realm, like either something that's very, very purple, or even, I don't know, something that had like a really true pink base to it. But that's just me, and in all honesty, I'm not as familiar with Devinah to know what they already have in their collection. Maybe they have like a ton of pink colors and they didn't need to add that, but I would say if I was going to buy a bundle, I like to see a little bit more separation. That being said, these are amazing. I cannot wait to use these over glitter glue on the eye. So if you guys can see, I'm just going to turn my arm here. So this right here, this is what it looks like on bare skin. So that is not going to be ideal. You're going to want a tacky base of some sort. It might even work if you just go like very quickly over an eye base that has a more pigmented base, like a MAC paint pot or something like that. But I think that you are actually going to want something that's more tacky. So like they said, a glitter glue is going to be the way to go. I'm definitely excited to try these out. Now let's wipe these. Hey guys, editing Kelly here. So I just have to say, please stick with me through this craziness of this video. I was just so excited to get to play with these shadows, and I really wanted you to be able to see the swatches up close. And now that I have my table in front of me, I can't have my camera quite as close to me. So I was just trying to figure everything out. So the lighting is a little bit off in some of the recent videos. I'm trying to get that figured out. But I zoomed in, and then I didn't realize that a good portion of the video, as I'm talking to you guys, you can only see like this much of my face, but my face isn't what's important. It's the swatches that are important. You get to see the eye looks. Like I just had so much fun with this, and then I got done and I was editing, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm cut off. So Sorry about that. This is already a long one, so I'm not going to ramble, but please stick with me through it. I'm trying to figure things out. So now we're going to go into a few of the other shades that I got. So I only got 2 of the Aurorae Flares, if I looked these up correctly. And that's just because I wanted things like, so first I did my Terra Moons order, and then I went through and did my Devinah, because I think Terra Moons went on sale first. However, sorry, I just stuck my finger in one and it's amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I ordered Terra Moons first, and I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting doubles. Like I wasn't getting colors that seem really close to each other. Holy balls. Holy balls. You guys, these feel like butter. Okay, I am going to swatch these live. Well, not both of them because I just did one. So this is Chromosphere. This is the new one that launched. There we go. Okay, so I don't even think you guys can see the magic of this. That is so freaking pretty. Oh my god. Deandra, what the heck? Like, you did an amazing job with these. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, the other one we're gonna do is Exosphere. So that's this baby right here. You guys, okay, I'm gonna like put a little fresh thing of Chromosphere. Hi. So these are so buttery. I feel like I could like swipe down my entire leg and I'd still have pigment left. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so pretty. Okay, let me smooth this out. It is so hard to be able to see these on camera. Okay, you can probably see right there because I feel like that shows the shift as my arm turns. So Chromosphere is definitely like that green into like a rusty gold. And then Exosphere is blue into green and like a teal. Holy crap, those are pretty. Now, and that's, you guys, this is just dry. This is just with a dry finger. So imagine what it's going to look like with a wet brush. And that is something that they talked about on the website, is recommending a wet brush if you want, like if you want to avoid fallout, which obviously that's just sort of like makeup standard with anything that's super sparkly. These shadows feel so silky, so silky. Okay, I'm regretting my choices, and now I just want to go and buy all of them. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at the colors, and between ones that I already have that I feel like are similar. Actually, maybe I should put that one back on. I'm just gonna do this. So I'm gonna put Exosphere back on because I want to see, I right here have the Sydney Grace Chameleonaire. So I wanna see what these look like next to each other. Not the same. Honestly, they're not even quite the same finish. Boy, on the camera, I feel like you can't tell the difference in the finish maybe, but Exosphere seems more electric and it's probably creamier. Like it has more of that like buttery feel. These are both beautiful quality though. And then Chameleonaire isn't quite that electric color, and it has more of that like dusty teal undertone, whereas this one has more of that electric green to it. I will be curious to see, because I feel like shadows that are more buttery and emollient like that, they can tend to crease a little bit more easily. So I think that you should probably have a good base underneath these, whatever you find that is your base that works well. So that would be the thing that I would say. Okay, I am so excited. You guys know that I'm gonna have to use one of those, right? Okay, so then I did get 2 colors from the Candy Cakes collection, just because they just looked really beautiful. So I got Pancake Bubbles, and the rest of these I'm probably just gonna swatch side by side. And then I got Mystic Moon Pie. This one looked amazing, and I think it had been out of stock. Well, I think a lot of these had been out of stock before the sale, but I think this one was really popular. Okay, so here we have Pancake Bubbles. I don't know if it's like better to be closer to the light or further away. So I'm gonna go kind of in the middle. I'm a hot mess today. Britt Clark might be driving the Hot Mess Express, but I laid those tracks. That's all I'm saying. So we have Pancake Bubbles, and then we have Mystic Moon Pie. Honestly, I can tell Mystic Moon Pie is going to be a shade that I use a lot. That is so freaking pretty. So then I have some other ones. Honestly, I'm not sure which collections these are from, but I am just going to swatch these for your viewing pleasure. Okay, this one, and I probably should have just messaged her and asked, but it's spelled messier, but I'm assuming it's Messiah. Somebody let me know. I don't know, but if it is messier, I'm gonna love being messier because this shade looks incredible. Oh my God. You guys. Okay, not even for the price of these shadows, but these shadows are incredible. What I was going to say is I don't know how you can formulate these shadows so beautifully for the price that they are. Okay, Asteria. Oh, hey, I haven't been showing you guys like that. That's what I should be doing so you guys can see. Dang it. Okay, so we have Asteria there. Then we have Rainbow Blossom. This is like the little sister, I feel like, of Chromosphere or Exosphere, one of the spheres, because it's like a much lighter, like less like yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So then we have Sweetie Sunbeam. Show you guys. This is a lot of fun. And that's honestly, that means the world to me, because isn't that why we're here, is to have a lot of fun with makeup? Oh, that's pretty. So that's Sweetie Sunbeam. And this last one I've saved for last because I was so excited. I almost peed my pants. So this is Tucana. And I got this one because I saw that somebody had compared it to Sweet Ginger, Candied Ginger, Pink Ginger, something ginger from Kaleidos, because I wanted that Sashimi City palette. But the ginger shade is the one that I had really wanted out of that palette. And even with the sale, like with the shipping and everything, I was like, I'm gonna pass. And then when I saw these side by side, oh, so pretty. Let me see if I can cover my face. Oh, you guys, that is so pretty. Can you see that like pinky purple flip? It's like a goldy peach, but it has that like lavender pink flip. These are all so freaking pretty. So some of these are going to be beautiful on their own, like with a wet brush, just gorgeous. But I think that these are going to be a lot of fun to use as toppers as well. Wowie, wowie, zowie. Wowie, zowie is all I have to say. Okay, we have one more thing to swatch. So we have the highlighter in Ozma, and I just thought that this looks so beautiful. I guess I have to go back to the video I just posted where it was like, but did I though? It was about the 5 things that I'm saying no to, because one of them was powder highlighters. But you guys, I mean, come on. So I like how these are like kind of marbled. If you guys can see that, that's really cool. So we're gonna swatch this baby. This doesn't feel as emollient as some of the shadows do. So you guys can see that's the one here. It definitely has more of a white base. Honestly, if you don't mind sparkle in your highlighters, I could see using some of these shades as highlighters. Like maybe not most of the ones that I got. I don't know though. Ooh, if you have like dark skin, these two here, Tucana, and what was the one before that? Sweetie Sunbeam. I could see that being a really pretty, like, glittery highlight. Anyway, so this is Ozma. We will definitely try this on for you guys. I definitely have little flecks of glitter everywhere, but you guys, this is not glitter that's really, like, gritty, chunky at all. It feels very smooth and creamy. These are so good. I don't know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting to like these this much. I might go back and buy the rest of the Aurorae Flares, but I really need I really need to sit down with myself and be like, okay, are you honestly going to use all of those colors enough to warrant needing them? So I don't know. Guess what? It's time to put some makeup on our face. Like, I feel like I've been naked this whole time. So I think what I'm gonna do for this is I'm just gonna play. I'm probably mostly just gonna have music going in the background for your listening pleasure. I will make sure to list up here what color I'm using. Of course, I will be needing some mattes just to make this like cohesive. So I think what I'll do is I'll just pull in some of my Sydney Grace mattes. Maybe I'll use some of these new ones that I purchased during the Black Friday sale. So why don't we get right into it? I hope that this is enough light. I'm trying not to have so much that it makes the colors look different than they really look, but enough that you guys can see what's going on. I'm also excited to be using my BK Beauty eye collection set. I did haul these in the indie haul, and I talked about how much I love the brushes that I have. So there are a few new shapes to me in here. I think the only ones that I actually have are the 201 and the 202. So these three will be new to use. I might have to pull in another brush or two. Honestly, I think that my other BK Beauty brushes I have over at my house right now. So I might have to pull in some other brushes just so that I can do the two looks. But I'm gonna try to get it done with these, and we'll see how I like these new shapes. So you guys saw that I went through with the Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. This is one of the products that Devinah talks about. I just wanted to see, because I showed you what it looks like over a black, I wanted to see what it would look like over the white. I assumed that you would see a little bit more of the base color along with the glitter flecks, whereas I feel like the black, it gives that like deeper, more electric vibe, I guess I would say. So I thought it would just be fun to kind of play with the color options. I know I talked about this in my Pat McGrath Rose Decadence looks and like review of that palette, because it has that one shade that's sort of shifty. So I showed it on its own and then also over black, just to really like show you guys what you could do to make it pop. So I think this looks really pretty. I do feel like though putting it over the Milk, because it has that little bit of that like chalky vibe to it because of the white base. It loses a little bit of the like, just a little bit. Like, it still is very pretty, but it just loses a little bit of that. Now underneath, oh, and by the way, I did use that Takana, is that what that is? On the center lid, that's the one that is like kind of like a dupe for that Kaleidos color, and it is so pretty. I can't wait to just like rub this color all over my face. This is totally a Kelly color. I am loving it. I did also go through with the shade Sweetie Sunbeam underneath my lash line, and that I wet really heavily. So you definitely get a much higher foiled look. So on this side, I'm definitely gonna use one of the Aurorae Flare shades just to be able to like show that like super foiled potential. I'm very excited to be playing with these. Like I'm gonna have so much fun. I have to say, with wetting my brush, there is like not much fallout. Like, if I was going to be playing with shadows like this, I would probably be doing my shadow first and then my base makeup, which I didn't do because I was doing all the other filming and everything, but I probably would do my base second anyway. So, but I mean, I don't feel bad about the minimal amount of fallout that we have here, like at all. I did have a little situation here with a little extra color, but that wasn't from fallout. That was just from me getting happy with the brush. And so far, liking the BK Beauty brushes. Man, this smudger brush is super nice. And I'm not usually one for like angled brushes like this guy, the 205, but it did definitely come in really handy and laid that product really nicely. So let's move on and have a little fun with some more bold color. Okay, you guys, hold up. I have to, can we just take a minute? I feel like I'm a freaking mermaid. That is how I feel with this shade on my eyeballs. This is Exosphere. Oh my God, I'm a mermaid. But I want to see what I can do, like, because I'm starting to see this like murky tone in a good way. I'm starting to see that base. So I'm wondering if I just like buff this out, could this possibly be like a one and done shade? We're gonna just experiment here. So I, by the way, am using the BK203. This is the same brush that I used to lay down the shadow, and I did spritz it a little bit. I didn't get it like wet, but I did spritz it a little bit. So as I'm like working this out and I'm like buffing and buffing, that like really reflective property is of course not there quite as much, but I'm left with the like undertone. I mean, if you were really in a pinch, you could totally just like blend this out and just do that, right? Yeah, I mean, I would probably clean this business up just a little bit. Got a little carried away there. Please stand by. Yeah, I mean, I could see that like totally working. So that's really exciting. I'm of course not going to leave it there. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 201. Nope, the 202. I'm going to go into this green Anjou shade from Sydney Grace and just pop this over what I buffed out there just to kind of give us a little something. Now, what I will say that I think that this means is if you don't want that darkness from the base, like if you are wanting to go directly from this Exosphere shade into something that's like really limey like this, you need to be careful not to buff too much because that undertone is that more like gray blue base. So keep a pretty clean hand. Don't get going too much because you will definitely get that little bit of undertone there. Now you could certainly cover it up with concealer if you really needed to, or wipe it away, but I would say like a really precise brush is going to be the way to lay that down if that's what you're intending. If you're planning on going through with something darker, it's not a big deal, but this color would be much more electric. This Anjou, this green Anjou shade that I'm using would be more electric if I didn't have that like smoky base underneath. But I'm not mad at it. Oh my God, this color. You guys, I mean, I could very easily just use these two shades, feel like a freaking queen. A mermaid queen. I'm a mermaid queen. So we're gonna go through with Orion from the Star Chasers. Okay, I'm just gonna take a lip brush because this is gonna give me a nice flat surface to be able to lay down some of this color. I am definitely going to wet my brush for this, or we are going to have green everywhere. So I'm just trying to use several of these shades so you guys can see the magic. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys can even see this. Can you see how beautiful and reflective this is? It's like so beautiful, so beautiful. Oh, I just want to like keep taking it in. So if I end up with that color all the way over here, this is definitely one of my favorite shades because it's so unique and it's so bright. That's the thing about these shades, even though they're not light, because they are so bright and like sparkly, I think it still works like on the inner corner. So, so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of Aquila and I'm just gonna pop this on the outer corner just for that little bling bling. I have a feeling this is going to be one of these things that is just not going to pick up as much on camera. Okay, so I'm going to try to see if you guys are going to be able to get this like shift. It's like, oh my God. It's like yellowy green into emerald, into like bluey purple blurple, and then like this like electric teal shift moment. I'm of two trains of thought here. I do think that these maybe take a little bit more work to get out of it what you're looking for, and also to make sure that you just don't have glitter bomb everywhere. However, I also think that once you learn to wet your brush when you should, maybe lay down a base. I didn't use a glitter base under these. I ended up using that like milk makeup stick, just again to see like what that would look like. I have a feeling if I did a glitter base, this would be poppin'. Anyway, once you learn how to use these, I could see it making your makeup looks look like you spent way more time than you actually did. Just because that duochrome shift, that little extra sparkle, it just makes it look like a beautiful layered effect. And I am here for it. I am here for it. I cannot wait to play with these more. Before I go, let's go ahead and throw this highlighter on. If I can get it off the pan. Okay, so this is Ozma. Okay, so I don't want a crazy ton of this. I'm not sure if this is gonna look like a little white on my skin. So I'm just taking this, I think this is a Moda brush. Yep, I'm just taking this Moda brush just to pop a little of this on. Hi. Wow, that actually looks really good. Now I do have some of the Salt New York beige highlight on, but that is obviously a very different tone, a very different realm. Ooh, you guys. Okay guys, sorry. So since I evidently don't know how to press play, you miss me slathering my face in the rest of that highlighter. So I think you got to see me put some of it on my brow bone, and then I just went ham on the inner corner. I'm so excited about these shadows. So what I was saying to all of you, but you won't see it because it wasn't recording, is if you are an eyeshadow lover and you like stepping outside the box, you're looking for something to add to your collection that you probably don't already have, you need some of these. I would definitely recommend getting some of the Aurorae Flares. I would recommend getting some of the Star Chasers, kind of like look through and get some pieces and baubles and bits, or get the bundles, because right now they're so beautifully priced, like insane. I don't know how Deandra is doing this. You guys, these are handcrafted artisanal shadows at an amazing price. That's it. Run, don't walk, get them. I mean, do you need them? No. Should you have them? Yes, definitely. I am going to have so much fun with these. I mean, and I purposely did two different looks that, like, this one is a little bit more like wearable, if you will, and this one's a little bit more bold. I feel like if I hadn't put quite as much of the Sunbeam Magic Dust, whatever that color was called, if I hadn't done as much of that underneath and I had just carried through this warm matte, this would be a little bit more like almost like office friendly. Like, I mean, it would just be like that, like, oh, wow, what's on your eye? It's not like, oh my God, she just got back from a rave, right? I mean, not that anybody's getting back from raves right now. You guys know what I mean. I'm totally rambling. I'm just so in love with these. I am so happy I picked these up. Like, this makes my makeup lover's heart sing. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it if you stuck through this whole video. I'm sure when I'm editing this, it's going to be a holy hot mess just because I'm kind of all over the place. There's been a lot going on in life, but getting to sit down and chat with you guys and share my love of makeup with you guys is just so beautiful. So I want to thank you guys. I know that there's only so much time we have in our day, so if you took the time out of your day to watch my video, I really appreciate you so very much. Please hit subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Give it a like if you found it entertaining. If you purchased some of these shadows and I'm missing something, let me know, because I'm sure that I will be doing another order at some point in the near future. Love you guys. I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to stick my fingers in these more often. Let me know if there was a color that I didn't use that you want to see, and I will see you really soon. Hey lovelies, welcome to my channel.